Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. This video is going to be about Unification Day coming up on December 30th. I want to kind of spread the word on this. I don't think it's getting out there quite enough. I think it's really historical what's going to happen on December 30th, and it's quite interesting what this is about. You see, a piece of lore was found in No Man's Sky, and a lot of people are believing that it was planted there by Hello Games for us to find, and it was found in, I believe, the Galactic Hub. But it was found, and the lore in this this piece of lore that was found hints to the way people are playing No Man's Sky, as far as the hubs and the Federation and the Empire of Hova and there's many others, and you know, all these different hubs, and they all came together and they formed a federation. So all these people are grouping together on Reddit. All the ambassadors of these hubs and everything, the community leaders are all grouping together under one one name, the Federation. Of course, that there's quite a few hubs out there, quite a few empires out there who are not wanting to go underneath the umbrella of the Federation. That's a different video. But what's really super interesting, first, let's go ahead and start by what Unification Day is. Unification Day is a player-created gathering of civilizations currently scheduled for this December. Reddit user Galactic Glory was inspired by an excerpt from a crash ship's distress beacon, who suggested applying the concept to the United Federation of Travelers as a large-scale gathering. The Federation then worked to involve as many civilizations as possible, regardless of whether or not that they are Federation allied. So the part of the lore where this actually comes from, it is really interesting. I'm going to go ahead and read it now. The logs reveal that the pilot was celebrating a festival known as Unification Day. Groups of similar minds unable to meet, but attempting to find one another, to claim worlds across time and space. Once a year, their various alliances, federations, hubs, and empires united to remember all that they were and could become in time. Do you understand how deep this is? Now, I know I'm not reading too much into this, so let's go ahead. I want to read this, frame for frame. So it says the logs revealed that the pilot was celebrating a festival known as Unification Day. Groups of similar minds, us as explorers, unable to meet but attempting to find one another, and that's what we have been doing, right? We've been trying to find one another. They know that. To claim worlds across time and space. What are we doing in these hubs? We are tagging all these star systems. We're tagging the planets and the things that we discover underneath hub, the hub tags that you belong to, that the hub is in. So that's exactly what they're talking about here, to claim worlds across time and space. Once a year, their various alliances, and we have those, federations, we have those, hubs, we have those, and empires, we have one of those, united to remember all they were and could become in time. Now, this lore was found after the Federation. This lore was found after all the alliances that came underneath the Federation. This lore was found after the hubs were created and after the Empire of Hova. So it is directly aimed at the people playing the game. The logs reveal that the pilot was celebrating a festival known as Unification Day. Indicates to me that Hello Games would find it entertaining if we actually did have a holiday within No Man's Sky. A once-a-year celebration where we all get together. Now the interesting part is at the very end, where it states, once a year, their various alliances, federation, hubs, and empires united to remember all that they were and could become in time. That to me is a hint at, it's common sense. We're going to see more added to the multiplayer. But that right there kind of sets it in stone, and all we could become in time. And, what we could become in time. I'm excited. Unification Day is going to go down in player lore, player history of No Man's Sky, and I really truly hope that you guys can participate. I am going to leave the coordinates, and I'm also going to leave the portal address, which I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen right here. Now, the portal address, you only need the first 3 glyphs that you get in the game. The first 3, because it's repeating. It's a repetition of the first 3 glyphs that you can find. So you only need the first 3. So it's really easy to get there. Now, on Unification Day, it says here, a celebration of civilized space, massive coordinated multiplayer gathering, accessible via first 3 portals, variety of scheduled events, directly inspired by in-game canon content, Alliance of the Galactic Travelers and United Federations of Travelers both participating. So yeah, guys, I mean, this is in no way sponsored by Hello Games, but I believe it has been hinted that Hello Games would like us to do this. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to be there. Now, it's going to be happening at 5 p.m. on December 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to run for 24 hours. So you come over, you pay your respects. I know 710-1334, I accidentally pushed him into making a speech on Unification Day, since he's, the founder of the Federation. And so, sorry there, 710, I really am. But I think a lot of the other community leaders are going to make a speech there as well. I will probably make a speech. How funny is that going to be? I'm probably going to make a speech. But, there's going to be events and there's more details that are going to be coming. They probably already have. I haven't really. I know that a lot of the different hubs and things like that, they're going to be running, cool little things that are going to be happening. It's going to be exciting. If you haven't ran into another player, now's the time, because if you put in that, portal address with the first 3 portals, or, you go up here and you take a look at the, right here on the screen, that is the coordinates. So if you're traveling the old way, like we did when we went to the Galactic Hub the first time, where you're using black hole roulette and, traveling through the stars, those are the coordinates if you want to use it and go that way. Or if you're using some kind of mod like Nexus, you can get there that way. That's the coordinates. So I hope to see you guys there. I know only 16 people can fit in a lobby at a time, and so whoever you meet is going to be whoever you meet. I really highly recommend anybody out there that has a PS4 or a PC that can stream it. Stream that moment, even if it's for like 5 minutes, even if you're not going to say a word at all. At least stream it, because this is really interesting. It's a part of No Man's Sky history. Okay, this is the first Unification Day, just like the war that just happened with the, of Vestroga, that drama that just happened. And we're going to be talking about that in a different video, but that's part of history as well. It's part of the shaping of the Federation, and super interesting stuff. So I'm going to be there on Unification Day, and hopefully we'll get the chance to meet each other. I know I'm going to be popping in all day long, so, I'm going to be meeting a different set of people, unless all 16 people decide to stay there for 24 hours. So it's, I don't know how that works, but I'm going to be there, and I hope you guys go, and I hope you stream it. If you do stream it, tweet at me the YouTube link, or the Twitch link, or whatever you do it on, and I'll retweet it. We'll have a, just share all that stuff all the way around. So add me on Twitter at XXXCobra, and we'll just tweet at me, and I'll retweet it. And I don't know, I'm excited, and I can't wait to see you guys there. Now, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the channel. I gonna tell you right now, I had an interview. I was in an interview with, or on a podcast. I don't know what you would call it, with Rum and Apples, and it was, I think, the funnest time I've ever had on his show. It was a great time on his show, And I'll link the video down below. And oh my gosh, we talked about so many things. Lots of personal information about myself, and a lot of, stress about, possibly quitting YouTube, and, and the reason I'm not going to quit, but the thought is there on the brow, it's right there on the tip of the brain. And the reason why is because, I've talked about No Man's Sky for so long, and even though we cover ambitious games, now that No Man's Sky is out and my PC's broke, I have no way to do gameplay. I feel like I don't belong anywhere. And Keep Calm and Game On has been helping out, streaming some gameplay on the channel after the subcast, and I think that's really cool, and I hope that a lot of people check him out because he's a great YouTuber, and you guys know how I love helping out YouTubers, other people who make content. When you guys come on the subcast, I love to shout out your guys' stuff, and let you shout out your YouTube channel and talk about your YouTube channel and stuff like that. I love that. Sharing is caring, right? Yeah, well, I guess there's some people that don't like it, and I don't the guy is so charismatic. He's awesome. He's an amazing streamer, amazing commentator. I don't know. Let me know some of your thoughts and feelings about that down below. Sometimes I'm sitting here, I got all these little tidbits of information about indie games and things like that, but they're not warranted a video. You know what I mean? Like Freeman Star Edge. There's been some changes there. It's not important enough to, even if I combine them all, not important enough for a video. So the way to combat that, I'm thinking about streaming at least 3 times a week, not including the subcast. So like 4 live streams a week, and the other 3 would be indie game related, while the subcast, would be there for No Man's Sky. Typically is what it, normally is. Even though other topics could be brought up, but the live streaming, the other 3 days of the week, it would be about small indie game news, or showing a small indie game that I thought was pretty cool, and then talking, maybe even have developers come on during that live call. So there's that, and take live callers as well. So it'd be almost like the subcast, but more of it'd have a different feel to it, a different type of live stream. And you guys have the opportunity to come on and just chat about what we're talking about, the game that we're talking about, or the details that we're talking about. And so instead of not uploading just because I don't have much to say about Identity, or don't have much to say about the game everywhere, instead of not uploading, why not come on and go live and do a live stream and interact with you guys? I think I get a better connection when I do that. The problem is the live shows, a lot of people like them, they just don't get a whole lot of views. So I don't know what to do. Is it a good idea for me to stream 3 days a week while also producing edited content as well, when there's something worth doing that for? Gameplay, I do want to bring that back. I could do it on the PS4, not on the PC. So I could bring that back and upload gameplay on Saturdays. But the live shows, I'm really excited about it. I got my OBS all set up and reformatting for a different type of live show, Cobra Radio. And so I'm excited about that. Also, I know it's Christmas time, so if anybody's supporting on Patreon and you need to stop supporting during the holidays, please do that. Don't give to me when you could be giving to your kids or family, or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband or your boyfriend. If you're supporting me on Patreon, that can wait. Just if you need the money, don't worry about hurting my feelings. I care more about you than I do anything else. So if you need to stop supporting on Patreon, that's completely fine. I am, however, working on, and this is always going to be available even after the holidays. So there's no need to support on Patreon right now for this, but you guys know about my past, right? How it's all crazy, and I was nothing but a troll online and real negative, and I just wanted the whole world to hate me, and I succeeded pretty much, pretty well. So you know, there's a lot of that video footage I still have on my computer. I was kind of going back through it, and some of it's just so embarrassing. Of what I used to do on YouTube before No Man's Sky, and before, you know, the community here kind of changed me into a more positive person. So there is that stuff that I'm thinking about putting together in a video, a large video, and I would, for anybody that, you know, donates $20 through PayPal or $20 through Patreon, that's going to be one of the rewards for that. You just get it, and you get to laugh at Cobra, and you get to, but I don't want to lose any friends over it. All right. I was a different person back then. I was a horrible person back then. Horrible. Some of it's really embarrassing. So yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. So I got nothing else. Unification Day is super, super awesome, and can't wait for it to happen on December 30th. But like I said, guys, for after the first of the year, if you want to start supporting on Patreon, then please do it then. If you need to, you know, pull off your Patreons, I don't even know what they call them. If you need to go ahead and retract some of those, then by all means, please do it. Holidays and family are so much more important. That's all I have for you today, guys. As always, I love you, and I will see you all in the next video. Until next time.